So, how much of a difference is the lift going to make on the Toyota Tacoma? If you didn't know, I am having the truck lifted, plus different wheels and different tires. So we're going to do some before and after measurements. Obviously, right now, since the truck is still stock, we're going to do the befores. What I'm going to measure is the height from the garage floor up to that metal piece you see here in the front and the back on the step to see what the difference is in height there. And then I'm going to measure the wheel well to see what the height is here, and then the fender from the ground on up to the middle of the fender. Now keep in mind this isn't exact, so it's going to give you some kind of an idea of what to expect with this particular lift. This is the Toyota 2-inch to 3-inch, it kind of depends on who you talk to, I guess, lift, but we're going to find out. So let's go ahead. We're going to start off, I guess, with the let's see, with this side steps. One thing I do want to mention, the truck is setting pretty much level. You can see the little marking there on the level, so we're pretty level front to back for this measurement. So let's start here in the front. And by the way, this bar here or piece is 1/8 inch thick. So I'm going to measure, I don't care about 1/8, I'm going to measure to the top of this piece. Starting in the front on the step, we are at, let's see, 15 1/8 inches. 15 1/8. Now, let's scooch over to the back. This will also be interesting to see if it's actually level. I'm assuming it is, for the most part. I mean, you know. And here we are not level. Wow, check that out. We're at about 15 5/8. 15 5/8. So that's the measurement of the passenger side step. Now let's go over to the driver's side. I want to see how that works out. You guys can kind of scooch with me on the creeper. Maybe I'm the creeper. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get through here. Oh, we are barely going to fit. Wow. All right. Well, we did fit. Let's check this level here and see. Looks to me like we're still level, so that's good. Let's go back to the front. See where we're at here. That looks like it's a little different, keeping in mind that my bar method here is a little off, but it's about 15 1/4. Right about 15 1/4 there. Let's check the back measurement. This is at, where are we at here? About 15 1, 2, 3, almost about 15 3/4. Just a little bit different. So about 15 3/4 on the driver's side step. Now, the meatier part. I want to check the wheel wells on both sides and then the fender height, I guess. So let's check the fender height, and again I'm just kind of guessing in the middle. I'm going to go right down from that bolt, which looks to be about even with the edge, and the top of the tire. Let's see if we can get this a little better. Maybe we'll use my rod again. And we're right about, we're going to call that 7 inches. It's a little bit over, but about 7 inches to the center. Let's go up to the front. This is driver's side front. We're going to creep on up here. Should have pulled the truck over a little bit further, I guess. All right, let's check the same kind of thing here. Looks like we're about, we're going to call that about oh, I don't know, 5 7/8. Not 5 7/8, 5 5/8. Yeah, about 5 5/8 on the driver's side front wheel or tire. Now, let's see if we can make it through here again. Same thing over here. Driver's side, about the center of the tire. We're going to be at about 5 and about the same, about 5 5/8. Let's go to the back. Going to try to hit this screw again, same kind of thing. Oops. This is right about, we're going to call that 7 inches. Looks to be about identical to me. So those are the measurements as far as the fender wells. This again is the rear passenger side. Now let's check out the height from the floor to the fender. And we are about, and this is the one I'm really going to be interested in, about 36 and a quarter. 36 and a quarter. Passenger side front, passenger side rear. Let's see here. We are at right about 38, and I'd say 38 and an eighth. So 38 and an eighth passenger rear, 36 and a quarter passenger front. This is driver's side rear. We are pretty much the same, right about 38 and an eighth. 38 and an eighth. Let's go up to the front. A little over. Make sure I'm straight here. A little over 36 and a quarter, about an eighth over. So we're about an eighth inch or so higher on the driver's side front fender measurement. One more time. Yeah, almost an eighth. Not quite, maybe a 16th. So we're going to call that the same as well. So there are the measurements before the lift. So after I get it in, for you it's going to be like that. We'll see what it measures out to be. Okay, the measurements are all done. I'm going to run through them real quick for you, just to change. You guys can see I've got a board up here. All the measurements are on it. In case you want to take a quick pause and take a look, the circled numbers are the changes, I guess. So we're going to start wheel well in the front, plus 1.375. That would be the driver's side front. Driver's side rear, plus 0. Then we have the passenger front, plus 1.375, and the rear is plus 0. Moving on, let's talk about the side steps. And this is a real kind of, you know, how you position, I mean, all these numbers are how you position the little level thing I was doing, particularly when you're laying it on top of the knobs, on top of the new tires. By the way, there is going to be a video probably after this on what I chose to do with the wheels and tires. So if you want to see that, make sure you click that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know when that video comes up. It should be tomorrow. Anyway, let's run through that. The side step measurements: driver's front was plus 2, driver's rear was plus 1, passenger front was plus 1.875, and passenger rear was plus 1.25. Again, there is some tolerance, you know, my measurements aren't exact. Now, the big one. This is the big one. This is what really shows, I think, how much of a lift you get. And that is from the floor up to the bottom of the fender well. Let's start in the driver's front, plus 2.5 inches. Driver's rear, plus 0.625. Passenger front was plus 2.5. You probably can figure out what kind of lift this is by now, right? Rear was plus 0.625. What I did, obviously, is a level lift, which, if you're not familiar, means that you have to lift the front of the Tacoma a little bit more because it comes with a rake. It comes like it's pointing down to the ground, right? So you want to move that front end up a little bit to equalize it with the back. And that's what I've done. Again, there will be pictures in the end. You guys can see what it looks like now. It is, with the tires, a 2.5 inch lift. Without the tires, the lift kit itself technically is a 2-inch lift. I did get this from Toyota, by the way. The dealership installed it. It is warranted on the truck as well because it did come from Toyota. As far as cost, now, the cost of the whole job, including the wheels and tires, $3,995. Not too bad. That includes wheels, tires, the lift kit, and the labor. Hard to turn that one away. That's part of the reason that I went ahead and grabbed it now. By the way, when you go with the tires that I went with, they were buy 3, get 1 for $1. So I had to take advantage now. I'd be hard pressed to get anybody to do this complete job for less than that money, or at least much less. I have the benefit of it being done by Toyota and covered under Toyota's warranty. Anyway, check out the pictures at the end. I'm gonna go snap those now for you guys out in the open, not here in the garage. You can kind of see, I don't know if you can tell from this, but if you look at me as compared to the truck, I mean, it is quite a bit higher. And trying to reach in there to the engine bay, to the back of it anyway, obviously I would need to stand on a ladder or something. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And don't forget, we're going to have the wheel and tire video coming up next. Stay safe out there. Bye.